Yeah. Sometimes we start and end and begin at the same time. Start, end. The end of a new start. It rarely and oddly it was like that last time I turned on the video. I wanted to have the radio from Middle East, and this was from Israel, northern Israel, which is now attacked. I wanted to I wanted to have a nice tune, and when I started the video, the tune ended and a new began like this. So I had to just finish off. I can't continue this toxic battle with myself. The kind of a toxic battle with yourself is to end and start again. People, let me put it up. To end and start again. People do think that when you have to end or cancel something that you hoped for, worked for, never-ending work, never-ending this could hope that it ended up in success, in really triumphant ending. But it didn't do that. It ended as a failure. We feel as a failure, more or less, sometimes when we don't succeed in the smallest bits in our life. We feel like a failure. A failure, and we need to end. We need to end what we are doing, because sometimes maybe it's wrong. It was right from the beginning. It seems to be right from the beginning. But now it ended up in something wrong. To continue, that feels wrong when it felt right from the beginning. It can be a toxic battle with yourself. That is a hard topic. But you see, every process, even if you want to make something, those that are unaware of the processes in something, like someone found the gold, that is a good example of changing the process. To end and start again with something, maybe the same procedure. In chess you can't do that. You have to, every move is determined. Like the pawns, they are put in a place where they can't go back. They can only move forwards. And you are reluctant. You are holding back on moving forward on the pawns, because you want to be a little bit defensive, and the pawns shows that they are defensive in the pawns. the smallest bricks on the chessboard, they are defending in a very deterministic way. But to process gold, you find gold in water, in sand, in rocks, in deep, in the depth, and in cholesterol. You can't end up with a gold ring or something beautiful without process this gold. You can have it, and it will mean that this gold is pure gold, yes. I found this gold from Africa. That was the most of the purest gold they knew, as they testified here in Norway regarding that gold. But the gold that you want to make jewelry and ornaments or something very beautiful or valuable, you can't have it rough. Even the diamond needs processes that are changing. From the beginning, they cut the diamond. They just cut it. They look into the diamond. The first step is look into the diamond. And they grain very small but important part of the diamond so they can see through the whole diamond. Maybe polish different parts of the diamond so they can see, examine how to work with this diamond. And they do it because they want to be aware. They don't only do one thing and end with it. They don't just go into the process of let me put the right word here. It's kind of awkward that I didn't know the word. But it's grinding. They don't go right into grinding. They go into examining. And experts are doing the exam of the diamond. Just in order for them to know which part of the diamond would be the most valuable and to gain most of this stone. I have a stone here. It doesn't fit anything, so I just leave it be. But you see a stone like that. How do you cut it? How do you grain it? How do you polish it? So it's different processes throughout the industry of each and every diamond. With gold you have this furnace. You have this furnace that melts everything. And not only do they melt it only once, because when it melts, it becomes liquid. And they pour it out and they collect it, but still it has some internal dirt or impure items. So they need to furnace again, so they can melt it down, so every bits and particles are removed as clean as possible. And melted gold is soft. So they hammer it, they do all sorts of things. They make threads out of the diamonds. They make bars out of diamond. They make coins out of diamond, rings. And if they want to make jewelry, they have to mix the gold, pure gold, with some silver and copper in order for it to be more strong. But the pure gold has this quality. And as I started, we end a process in order to begin something new. And I told someone here that many times we do changes in our life. We have to start something new that we believe in. When we only see obstacles, I think that is a degree of fear. Let me get something here. I don't know. This seems to be... You see, when we are guided by fear, we are afraid. We don't dare to go this far and are guided by fear or excitement. I think fear and excitement. Excitement makes us do something that we easily will regret, because excitement don't make you so reflective, so deep, examining things. You can have a gut feeling, and I don't want to say it applies for everything, but a gut feeling is maybe an indicator, if you are used to know that your gut will be of different value than what is the real thing. So you need to do the examining part. When you get a diamond, the seller is on the other side of the table, and you examine with some looking glass, with some that enhance the diamond. You look into the topics, you ask questions. You see the obstacles, you see the cracks and borders and limitations and possibilities. It's exactly what they do in the diamond industry. They look at each and every diamond and make a value out of that. A predestined value. Not of the whole stone, because the processes is very costly. It takes time. If you want to grain a diamond, you can start by yourself and try to grain it down. You will never do it. Only by diamond, the diamond can be grained. So we need some equal opponent in our life. That is a good example of that. If you are a diamond, you need this equality. You need this counterpart in your life that makes you really stop and reflect. Who is this person that can match my knowledge. Even if you don't regard people as knowledgeable as you, not as intelligent as you, and maybe not all that skilled, still better listen. Because on the other side you have a person that has some experience. If you don't take the value of peoples that are people or friends or wife or husband that are talking with you, if you say something about bringing up children, as a man, you can be met by this: you don't know anything about bringing up children. I am the responsible part. So that is a no-go. If you want to do business, you can have this with a business partner. You don't know such and such. You don't, that are just diminishing you. And when you are talking about different topics and the other one says it's not all about that, it is about something else. Totally ridiculing, totally arrogancy in that department. Just because he is not you, just because she is not you, you don't take them seriously. That is the failure, the first failure. Because every opponent that does independent evaluations like you are doing should be equally regarded as a fair and good opponent. Those that just support and defend you for no other reason than it's a friendship, it's it's like that, without any good reason, without any fair, and when you want to evaluate, believe in those that have something to say that you may learn. So the diamond needs to be polished by another diamond. And who are you to know that the other one is a diamond too? It's the hardest stone, the hardest. You see, even the diamond can be powder. It is out of this graining. They are collecting, of course, this powder when the diamond is grained, because it is very valuable. It is for the graining. And people should know that even the spillover that is collected and sent to the industry to make a cover over some wheels that are grained wheels is important. See, the extra things about you is valuable in other context. It's the spillover. It's the experience that makes this hardship that you endure soften, sweeten, because you know that my experience is what is needed. If you are a ruby, you can easily be grained by a diamond, but still the diamond will be worn out. If you are some opal or other hard but softer stones than diamond, you will be easily polished. People are different in their attitude, but the hardest attitude is those that can't admit that people can teach them something. Who is your other counterpart? Who can be your counter opposition at the same time that he or she loves you? Who can be that counterpart that show love, even though what they say, what they stand for is quite opposite than you? I see in the world that UN and so on, different organizations, they don't want to criticize Hamas because that is more or less into the Palestinian domain. It is so-called their freedom fighters, and they still want to pay money. And look how much of a change that does. Someone support out of nonsensical drive in order to make people change. I think opposition, I think counterpart is the best. And if that doesn't help, you have to leave them alone, because they are so stubborn that they can't learn from charities, from apologists, and those that are befriending those villains that are going around. Like if a criminal shoot and kill people, they are befriended. In some way they believe to be friend with such a villain will help the villain to change. I'm not convinced of that. I think it's a misguided idea that people think that my attributes will be adopted by this villain. I think only restrictions and confinement will help. This is a broad topic, but to end and start again is taking humility. It's taking humbleness. You need to be humbled in order to do the change. You can't just continue on a road you know will fail. Some people need their time in order to know that they did something wrong. To admit. And I think that bringing people to that point in life that they admit that they did something wrong. They need to be brought into some kind of grinding process. Counter forces that can be they are put on a wheel in order to, or a holder, so they can know exactly what impact is needed for change. I think that is the old rule, that you make them pay a fee. Eye for an eye, ear for an ear. And if you kill, there are places that you are protected and people around are protected from you. Like in the Old Testament, in the Torah, it stated 6 or 7 cities that was put up in order for people to flee, to be rescued from those that are seeking revenge. They could be there And I think after maybe 50 years or something along that line, every prisoner, every slave would be put free. Or was it 7 years? I don't know. It is equal for equal. Sometimes they stoned people to death. Maybe that was not all that good, so they made places, cities or towns that was made for making people flee and begin a life that was based on their own responsibility. Because I think looking at yourself, being in your own prison, if you feel that, you need to do something. You need to liberate yourself in some way. You need to liberate yourself, and you need to do what is needed in order to put your life in order. And that, my friend, I'm not talking all about something you did wrong, but it became wrong. Maybe you made it wrong, or it has become wrong in itself, in its own time. It became wrong. I can't talk to all of those degrees, but I think that what is wrong, what makes something wrong, is from the observer. That look at this, what is happening, to be wrong. To what they are doing is wrong. As I was in the industry of making fighter jets, I did that at my hometown Kongsberg. I made parts of the engines for F-16. It felt wrong all the time, but in the end I couldn't live with myself. Because I was an activist in the church, I couldn't live with myself making those aeroplanes. Even though I became quite good at it, doing this work, I think they were happy with me, both as the examiner and as the process of making those shafts and plates and so on. Wheels, not ordinary wheels, but the shaft went into a wheel. So maybe we need to evaluate where we have reached in order to see, is this wrong or not? Is this right or not? Do I need to alter my life or not? Do I need to continue, or do I need to stop, wait and see? Until now I do what I do. When it feels wrong, I need to change my life. I need to change my path. And that is not a failure, it's a realization. People look at changes on their own behalf. That this is a failure, I'm a failure, I didn't succeed, I made a failure out of me. No, I think that is a new beginning, new start, new term, new period, new enlightenment. Every step so far into something very new, very bright. And the main thing is that you have shalom in your life, in your heart. You need to have shalom. If not, you are destined to fail anyway. Okay, shalom all my friends.